SCHM-41M, comrade.
SCHMM-41M. Get down. SAHMS is the one with the voice.
SCHMS is the.
So
Yeah,
that's the
sniper
one
gas
that looks
mask,
like the.
whatever.
Delete it from mask.
Yeah, with the voice diaphragm that's on the thing and the optical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what's
Like
common.
flat lenses, so you can put a scope or binoculars or whatever else you can look at.
Yeah.
Also, someone told me that was used for RTOs. Use that a lot, just because.
I believe RTOs use that quite a bit.
That's what was originally.
RPG gunners did as well.
Yeah, RPG gunners and RTOs.
Possibly commanders. Not too sure on that one.
I mean, that makes
Soviet
sense.
commanders, or not commanders, officers. I believe Soviet officers use the PDF, but I don't know.
Kind of cool.
That's kind of neat.
I mean,
all you're working on. You've got all your other basic NBC gear.
Oh yeah, I got complete NPC set.
You don't have the liners though, the glove liners, do you?
Yeah, I don't.
I've got a spare set, like I said, so I'll probably send those if I can find them.
Oh yeah.
So
did everyone have them? Were they
You have to have the glove.
You won't be able to wear your gloves correctly without them.
You have to have those. NBC during the Cold War was a big thing, so everyone had everything.
Well, I mean, it was kind of different for the U.S. because I have heard of some guys, wearing them without the glove liners.
Yeah, because I don't know.
That's different.
I mean, it makes sense why you'd wear them, so your hands won't get all sweaty inside, and you can actually pull the
Well, and I think it also has to do with during the winter. I think it just provides better.
Oh yeah, and I mean, if it was during the winter, and your hands were sweating in there.
I know that the Polish had glove liners, but they actually buttoned in. There's a little hole in the gloves in the rubber outing coating, whatever, and there's a little hole, and you put the button to there, and you only wear the liners during the winter, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is.
And then the Soviets had just two different types of gloves. They had normal gloves, the rubber gloves that are 5-finger, and you don't wear a liner, you just put them on, and then you put the suit over it. But then they also had a winter set, which is mitten. It's just got the thumb, and then it's got I believe it has the trigger finger, but I could be wrong. And it has a little liner that you put in them. So they actually carried two sets of gloves in the little bag with the boots. And then they'd have the main suit in the bag on their back.
Yep. So basically, I have my almost entire East German, basic kit without a lot of personal items. But my kit is I've come a long way. I have a complete winter uniform now. I got the gloves. I got the uniform. Got my Ushanka. I got complete web gear. I got summer uniform, jack boots. Gas mask, NBC items, assault pack, or what was it called? The assault pack?
It's the assault pack, yeah.
Yeah, the stern pack, but what was it commonly called? Assault. Oh.
Wait, what?
I thought some guys referred to it as an assault pack.
Well, that's what Sturm pack is in German. Sturm is a...
Yeah, they weren't assault pack.
Well, they didn't call it assault pack anyways, because that's English, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But,
so, I got just, my basic kit.
I'm waiting on... I've got a full East German winter set coming.
Lucky guy.
You bought that one off eBay?
No, I didn't buy that one. I bought a different one.
What one was it that you bought? I was actually looking at a few.
It has everything the other one had. The other one, someone bought the other one before I could get it.
Do you need does it have the...
No, it's got everything. It's got the pants, the suspenders, shoulder boards, fur liner, or collar, it's got everything. And then I also got, what's it called? The first aid kit that goes in your left leg pocket, the only issue during wartime. I got a dosimeter on the way to put in my my right arm pocket. And then I've got the, what else do I have? Dosimeter, first aid kit, winter set. I think that's it. That's all I've got coming right now.
Who all had the first aid kit?
No one, because, as I just said, it was only issued during wartime.
Yeah, if war happened,
If war happened, everyone would have one, yes.
So Dominic...
I filmed my impressions based on a war-type impression. So.
World War III type impression.
Yeah, something like that.
So Dominic, where did you find your SCHM-41M at? They've been pretty scarce as of late.
Who, me or Dominic? Obviously.
Dominic.
Yeah, I got mine. I'm not sure if it's Bulgarian.
It Bulgarian because it's coming from a Bulgarian seller, and I've bought from him before, and what I got labeled as a Soviet decunk, it was actually Bulgarian. But it's not a big deal because you really can't tell unless you're like right up next to it. Because
the Bulgarian ones.
The same. The only way you can tell is the stamps.
Well, I mean, no, the Bulgarian ones are really green. The paint, it's different.
Yeah, mine's like mine isn't like a really green paint. Mine's kind of like.
No, because the East German ones had like an apple green paint almost.
The East German ones I've encountered aren't. They're more the brown.
Mine's a very light green, and it is East German. It's 1971. Perhaps it's a date thing, but mine is for sure East German.
Who knows? I guess we'll just find out when you get it, because it'll probably say B. It starts with a B, the Bulgarian version. I can't remember what it's called.
I got
BSMS.
BSM, yeah. It'll probably say that.
Yeah.
It probably will. Let me look.
I mean,
for $1 you can't beat it.
That's how much you paid for it?
How much you paid for shipping, so.
Wow.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, you can't beat it if you get it for that. Jeez.
I mean, it was $1, so... And it's a size... It's my size. It's a size 2, so...
Your size is the smallest of size.
Yeah.
Okay, Bulgarian gas mask
Size
is
0.
called BSS-MO-4U.
Yeah, a number that nobody can memorize.
Yeah, this is his. It looks just like his. Yours is definitely going to be Bulgarian, but it'll work.
It'll work.
Yeah, because he's got the East German bag, he's got the East German hose, the East German filter, which they actually use Soviet filters. So
You'd be better off than people who were like, oh, I'll just use a GP5.
yeah, at least he's got a proper, itch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know. You never know. It's most likely going to be that, but a stroke of luck may happen, and it may be East German.
This is true.
That is true.
I have my hopes up.
So, did you buy your fur collar with your winter gear, or did you get that separately?
No, I got it for $8 separately.
Oh, the guy on eBay or something?
No, military site.
Oh, okay.
Mine.
I've been looking for one for a long time. I've been wanting to put one on my jacket.
Once I get my winter set, all I need to do is get boots, a new canteen, and a new mag pouch and a shovel cover, which Dominic has both of, so I'll buy those from him.
Yeah.
How did he find those?
Me?
Yeah.
I found the shovel cover up in my surplus. I was just helping reorganize that, and I know Luke wanted one, and I had a complete set coming, so I went ahead and got that, and then I had a spare mag pouch laying around the curve type, which he needs, so...
Cool. Yeah, I need to get one of the AKM pouches. I ended up getting a MPIK 74 pouch.
Yeah, mine's a 74 as well, and the little leather tab that you pull over the outside has been cut off, so that's annoying. So I'll have to buy a new one of those as well.
So Luke, here's a question that I think you already answered it, but I just want to confirm on it. You said that people in the East German military, they were only issued one set of suspenders.
Are you talking about the pants suspenders or the combat suspenders?
Pants.
No, they had 2 sets.
Oh, I thought you told me that they were only issued one.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they're only issued 2. I'm pretty sure they're issued 2, but maybe they are issued 1 and they just switch them out. I don't know. Maybe they were only issued 1, because that would make sense as well, because you wouldn't really need to wear 2 at a time, so they'd just switch them out. I would believe that, but I think they had 2. I'll have to look into that.
Might have mistaken what I was saying for the because that was back whenever I was thinking about buying that set that was marked as a repro, but it's actually original. But I was thinking about buying suspenders, and I think you might have thinking that they're like combat suspenders or something like that.
Probably. They were only issued, 1 set of combat suspenders.
Yeah, 1 set of combat.
I've got 2 suspenders, and I'll probably get a 3rd set just so I can keep all my stuff together, because I'll have 3 different types of chemical suits, 3 different agencies, 3 different chemical suits, and then I'll get a 4th type that I can put Sturm pack on. That way I don't have to keep taking them off.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of annoying to put on and take off the chemical suits. I'll actually do a video for that, because so many people seem to be confused about that.
About donning
how to put the chemical suit on the suspenders.
Wait, you actually hook the chem suit up to the suspenders?
Yeah, it actually attaches to the suspender. I've got mine set up right now. I'll show you later.
The pants suspenders?
No!
No. Your Y straps.
Your
Why?
combat suspenders. Your nylon suspenders that hold up all your web gear.
Gotcha.
Your webbing.
Yeah, and you pull the tab or whatever, and it goes comes down. Not the East German one though.
I mean, would you always be doing that whenever you don your chem suit?
No.
What do you mean?
Gear at the same time?
What did you ask?
Would you always have the suspenders hooked up to the chem suit whenever you donned it? And if you're wearing
It's always attached. You always wear your chem suit during the time of war, alert, or
training.
exercises.
Yeah, you've always got it on your back. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere else.
And you don't take it off your back to put it on. You just pull the straps and it falls out. Because if you put it on, it's actually positioned upside down. So when you pull the straps to take it out, to open it up, everything falls out. And then you just put it on real quick. You knock your chemical gear off, your web gear off. You take your helmet off, and you just put it on. But you put your mask on first, always.
Yeah, I looked at that Red Alliance post on how to do that, and I think I have mine set up correctly. I did it the exact same way that they said on Red Alliance, so it should be good.
Yeah, it's not too.
It was
you see the picture. It's pretty simple. It's self-explanatory. It's just that when you try to explain it without a picture, it's really hard.
Yeah, I mean
because you just kind of push the suspenders through that little loop, and then you put the little white plastic thing through it. I mean, that doesn't sound very helpful when you say it, but when you see the picture, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and you have basically just like that, and then you position it high up on your back above your. If you're gonna be wearing your combat pack, which I was told.
Well, it always stays high on your back regardless.
Yeah, but if
your combat pack you could wear with it, but that's a very rare occasion. You put it on.
You're heading out on an alert.
Well, the chances are, if you're heading out on an alert, you wouldn't actually attach it to your suspenders. You just carry it in your hands. You just carry it by the thing. Because all you do when you're on alert is you wake up out of the barracks or wherever you are, and you have your uniform on. Above your bunk should be your webbing, and then you put it on. You swing by the arms room. You get your weapon, your ammo, your grenades, everything else you need, and your helmet. And I believe your mask as well, but that's in the U.S. They keep the mask in the arm room. But I don't know if they did that with East Germany. I don't know a whole lot about that. You get that, you head out, and you have your Sturm pack, which is also, I believe, on top of your locker, your wall locker. You grab that. You don't need to attach it to your suspenders because it's just going to stay in the BMP or whatever vehicle you have. Most likely the BMP is what you're going to have. You just carry it out to the BMP with you. Put it in there and you leave it. So they probably wouldn't even attach it to the suspenders. But you can attach it to your suspenders if you need to. It'll just the chemical suit will just kind of ride up on top of it. Really.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, it'll sit on top.
Sit right on top.
So, were there different types of the winter uniforms?
Of the what?
Winter uniform.
Well, there's first gen, second gen. I don't think I've ever seen a third gen, but there might be a third gen. But I know there's first and second gen. And actually, speaking of which, mine that's coming is a first gen.
How can you tell? Is it like the color of the
exposed buttons? If the buttons are concealed, they're second gen. If they're exposed, they're first gen.
Yeah, you'll have the first gen. You'll have the exposed steel buttons that look like the World War II type, but just painted gray. And you'll see that in all the NBA uniforms in the 70s. And then second gen, they're all made out of plastic and subdued underneath the cloth.
Here's another question that I have. Is there different linings inside of them?
I think so.
Yeah, because mine's it isn't a super light green, but it's it's more or less of a, I don't know, it's a lighter green, but it isn't
I'd have to see a picture of it, to be honest. Oh, while we're speaking about the coats, one thing that I thought would be a fair mention is that my friend, Hunter, we went to the shows, me, him, Will, Colin, we went to the shows in Louisville, Kentucky, and we all got stuff, but he got an East German jacket from Marcus. Anyways, it doesn't have the upper pockets, it just has the two bottom pockets. And then I believe it's first gen, I can't remember. But what's interesting, because it's just got the bottom pockets instead of the upper pockets and the bottom pockets, so it's been said that that's the female style, because they had special uniforms for women, and I believe they had to have had coats with it. It's been said that that's for the females, but that's actually not true, because he has a picture that shows an officer wearing it. So he thinks it might be officers, but then again, there could be a difference. It could be female, but the female and the officer look similar, and he's looking into it.
Is it
So
just a Mortal Kombat shirt and summer uniform?
I just thought that was interesting. What, Dominic?
It is.
Is it just like a normal summer uniform combat shirt, or is it the winter shirt?
I'm talking about the winter uniform. It's like it's in strict arm. It's just like it. It's just it doesn't. It's identical to the normal set, the set that you have, the set that I've ordered. It's identical. The only difference is that it does not have the upper pockets, just the two side pockets, the two hand pockets. You know.
Doesn't have the breast pockets.
Yeah, it doesn't have the breast pocket, which is weird. It's very weird.
It's cool though.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's cool to have like variations and stuff like that in your collection.
Yeah. But it could have been for one of the various ministries as well. Was what I thought.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But
out in some experimental stuff, but maybe.
We should do a video about UTV later on.
Yeah, UTV. Once I get my entire set done, as much as I'm not a fan of UTV.
I don't like UTV at all.
I'm not gonna lie. I am not a fan of
I hate it.
thinking of putting a UTV kit together. Just because.
Well, I intend to do a kit because it was still made in East Germany. It's still East German. It's just it was never issued, and I don't like non-issued stuff, but it's so common and cheap, you'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, it's kind of
scarce and rare, and then I'll regret it. I know I will, and then I'll end up paying like a lot more for it in the future. When I could have just gotten it a lot cheaper from back in the day. So I'll go ahead and get a set of UTV uniform and the gear.
So here's another question.
Yep.
So whenever you're wearing your winter coat, do you always have it buttoned up all the way, or would you leave like you normally do?
I'm sure that's more so a personal preference. I think the regulations state actually. While we're here, I actually have the entire chart, so let me go to that real quick. But I believe you have to leave it buttoned up, but I'm sure some guys didn't. You don't have to. Okay, so the periods. There's summer period, which lasts from, let's see, it lasts from April 16th to...
About October, probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
October 31st.
Yeah, it's like
and
this.
There's two transitional periods, which is the first transitional period lasts from March 1st to April 15th, and the second transitional period lasts from November 1st to November 30th. And then there's winter period, which there's two versions of. Winter period is it lasts from December 1st to February 28th or 29th, depending on if it's leap year or not. Wait a second. What? Okay, so there's only one. That's the winter period, but there's actually two different dresses that you could wear in winter, and I've got the chart. Let me see if I can find that. Keep talking while I find that.
All right.
Oh, and one thing I want to mention as well, real quick, just want to throw that out there, is I've actually got the 5 order of dresses that you'd have. You have your field, you have your service, you have parade, you have walking out, and then you have work. And then there's also sport, but I think I don't know what that's categorized under, maybe field or work.
It's probably work, because it's like PT stuff, huh?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But anyways, where's the chart? You guys just talk.
The chart.
The chart that shows what you wear during when. Just be quiet.
You wear stuff when you do things. So, like, what kind of UTV video you thinking? Like, just talking
the history of it.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
I actually know.
I mean, obviously, I have several UTV items, but not.
Yeah, I have a few UTVs items. I have ammo pouch, and I'm probably gonna be getting a uniform myself.
I don't like the ammo pouches for UTV.
I mean, I don't like the green coloration of them. That's the only thing that I really don't like.
They're not.
I just don't like it because it's like a mixture between Pattern 58 and
It's an abomination, frankly.
It's it's basically a copy, from what I understand. It's a copy of the Bulgarian webbing, which it Bulgarian webbing is a copy of the British webbing. So in a way, it's just a really bad copy of the British webbing.
Yeah. I mean, when I first saw UTV a long time ago, I thought it was really cool, to be honest. But then it just, like, over time, I was like, this is horrible. I like the old, kind of Prussian look.
What do you think of the uniforms? Because they look basically just like a BDU, but...
Well, I mean, the uniforms...
Guys.
What?
I've got the chart, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So there's summer. There's 5 different periods of wear. There's summer, transitional 1, there's number 1 is summer, number 2 is transitional, number 3 is transitional, number 4 is winter, and number 5 is winter.
So what is transitional?
Transitional is just kind of like, what's that sound, by the way?
Spring and fall.
My phone was going off.
Spring and fall.
Hey, Jake, what are we doing on time?
We are at 24 minutes right now.
Okay, go ahead and stop it at 30, and then we can do a part 2 if we need to.
Okay.
Anyways, transitional is basically like in between summer and winter, like the weather's not hot, but it's not cold.
So you would have like both uniforms.
Well, you never wear the summer with the winter. You either wear one or the other.
No, I mean, but you would have them like both ready.
Well, yes.
No.
Yes. Now, just no, Dominic, no. Let me explain. Okay. So for summer, what you would wear is your summer uniform, your garrison hat, your garrison cap, your overseas cap, your field cap, your field hat. You know
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And then you'd have, let's see, what does this say? Your you'd have your jack boots. Now these 2 items you would have year round, no matter what. Jack boots and your belt.
Yeah.
Now, for summer you'd have your jack boots, your belt, your summer uniform, and your cap. And that's it. Now for transitional, you'd have your summer.
And the long underwear, right?
What?
And the long.
Well, yeah, but that's all year round as well. So.
Yes.
Now for transitional 1, you'd have your summer uniform. Now you'd only wear your summer uniform 2 out of the 5 different periods of wear, which is interesting. The other 3 times you wear your winter.
Well, it gets cold.
So for transitional number 2, which is the first transitional stage, you'd have your summer uniform, and then you'd have your service uniform and pants underneath it. So it's cold, but not super cold. And then you'd still have your garrison cap, or overseas cap, or whatever you want to call it. And then you'd have, what is this? Oh, your 4-fingered gloves. But I don't see those being worn too often, so I don't think you had to. It's just saying that it was authorized for wear at this point.
Yeah, and they were still an issued item, so you would have them issued to you.
Yeah. Now in transitional number 2, which is number 3 dress, you'd still have your overseas cap. Now you'd be wearing your winter uniform. You'd have your 4-fingered gloves. That's simple, right?
Yep.
Now, for number 4, winter, the first winter of 2, you would have your ushanka, your winter cap. You'd have your winter uniform. You'd have your 4-fingered gloves. And you'd have the fur collar. Now, on the other one where you have the uniform, you don't have the fur collar, but on the 2 stages of winter, you do.
I'm gonna get off.
What?
I have to get off.
Okay.
Alright,
Bye.
see ya.
Then
Okay, so anyways, back to where I was. And then the last one on winter, number 5, you'd have your winter uniform, you'd have your winter hat, and then you'd have the service dress and service. You'd have the service uniform, the pants and tunic underneath. Then you'd have your fur collar, your gloves, and yeah.
the new Shaka.
Well, I said that.
Oh,
Your winter hat.
my bad.
Yeah. That's probably confusing. It's really kind of confusing even when you're looking at the chart. I'll have to find out exactly when, what time period is what. But I believe what I'm going for, which would be November, would be transitional. Which I know it's transitional, but would it be transitional number 3? So I'd wear the winter uniform with the overseas cap without the fur collar. Which is interesting. I'll do a video on all the different transitionals once I get everything.
Yeah, I mean, from my impression, I'm trying to go for a just a year-round impression.
Well, I'm going to do year-round as well, but since I focus mainly on Able Archer, which took place November 8th, it would be during transitional period. And since November is colder than, say, April, November would be the transitional with the winter uniform. So basically what you'd have is you'd have your winter uniform, your summer overseas cap. Because you wear your cap according to date.
Yep.
Your hat, no matter if it's winter or summer, you wear it according to date, and you wear your clothes according to weather. Now, all of this can be changed. This is just the official regulations, but all of this can be changed by the commander if he decides to. There's another thing the commander can change is whether you roll up your sleeves, which is rarely ever allowed, but it has been under certain circumstances.
Or even wearing the jack boots outside.
And then that's what I'm talking about. Is now technically you're supposed to year-round wear your pants over your jack boots unless it's muddy or snowy or rainy. But that's only if the commander approves it. But otherwise, you'd wear it over it unless the commander said, like, just one day if the commander's like, during the summer, just one day the commander's like, hey, or the officer, whatever you want to call him, is like, go ahead and tuck in your pants into your boots. That could happen too. But if your commander doesn't say anything, then you're automatically going to wear it out. So that's pretty much it.